Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday, November 24th, hint that Leslie Thomas makes an unlikely connection, while Bill Hamilton will place Thomas Navarro on notice. During the BTG promo, fans see an encounter with Bill and Thomas at the country club. Bill tells the young lawyer he needs to talk to him about his future with the firm. So will Thomas get fired? Or will he be presented with an offer to become a partner? Bill mentions how loyalty means a lot to him. So does he feel as if Thomas isn't being as loyal as he should be, now that he's dating Catherine Kat Richardson? Speaking of Kat, Nicole Dupree will shock her daughter when she gives her some advice. Kat's dealing with some issues with Eva Tomas and has clashed with both Martin Richardson and her father, Ted Richardson, so she may turn to her mom for some guidance. What will Nicole tell Kat that catches her off guard? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Across town, Beyond the Gates. Spoilers for the November 24th episode reveal that Isaiah Hawthorne will struggle with how to survive this holiday season with his family. In an interesting twist, someone will give him some solid advice. But who will offer up these solid words of wisdom? The CBS soap's weekly preview shows Isaiah having a flirty chat with Haley Hamilton at the Fairmont Crest Country Club. Will she be the one to provide some input on how he and his father, Elon Hawthorne, can push their difference aside for the good of the family? The talk with Haley will have Isaiah seeing Bill's wife in a new light, so it'll be interesting to see just how far Haley can manipulate Isaiah. Lastly, Leslie makes an unlikely connection with someone unknown, and it sounds like she'll have an encounter with Detective Marcel Malone at Uptown. The BTG Weekly Preview shows the two of them drinking at the bar, so will they feel some sparks? Beyond the Gates spoilers. Note that Ted will interrupt their drink fest, so there's a slight chance he feels a tinge of jealousy when he sees his ex and baby mama enjoying time with someone else. All around Fairmont Crest, people are prepping for Thanksgiving, meaning figuring out who'll be eating with whom, and who'll be warming up a TV dinner on the couch. Kat is thrilled when Ted suggests she join him for the holiday. But of course, he wants Kat and Eva to both join him. "You don't want me across the table from Eva with a knife in my hand," she pouts. Rather than share her dad, Kat says she'll pass. Next up, Ted heads to the coffee shop just in time to interrupt Isaiah and Eva, who are about to share another kiss. She kinda likes her dad going into overprotective mode. His Thanksgiving invitation is far better received by Eva, although she rejects him too. Why? Because she doesn't want Leslie to be alone. As for Kat, she hopes Nicole will see things her way, but even Nicole suggests she skip the Dupree family dinner to join her dad and Eva. As for Isaiah and Eva, they make plans to reconnect after the holidays for a real date. Nicole and Anita are shocked to learn that Danny ditched the Forrester shoot in order to put her husband first. They're further surprised by Danny's declaration that she's head over heels in love. As Danny's talking about how different love is with her current hubby, her ex is across the room dining with Tomas. Bill makes it clear that To'al has a good future with the firm, although the older man hopes to see his protege become a family man in the not-too-distant future. Soon after, Tomas suggests he has the solution to Kat's Thanksgiving dilemma. She should join him for dinner. Meanwhile, Bill has a polite if strained conversation with the Dupree women, although he's clearly uncomfortable upon hearing and seeing with his own eyes just how happy Danny is. Elon finds himself referring between Jacob and Marcel before the subject changes to Isaiah. Elon's ticked that his newly returned son won't put aside their differences to join the family for Thanksgiving dinner. Marcel crosses paths with Leslie at Uptown, correctly suggesting that she looks like trouble. They quickly discover a mutual disdain for Jacob. "He's been a thorn in my side too," admits Marcel. The two continue flirting, with him admitting all he and his wife do is fight. She refers to Ted as a situationship, adding that if he doesn't want to lock it down, she's a free agent. Conveniently enough, Ted enters and suggests to Leslie that he and their daughter have Thanksgiving dinner together at Orphe Jean's. Beyond the Gates spoilers indicate the CBS daytime drama released its preview video for the week of November 24-28th, and there are some major moments up ahead. What's set to unravel in Fairmont Crest over the next 5 days? Read more below. The Beyond the Gates promo for the week of November 24th opens with Haley Hamilton all dolled up at the Fairmont Crest Country Club as she runs into Isaiah Hawthorne. She calls out his name in a sweet tone and then states, "What can I say? I'm a fool for love," as she gives him a seductive stare and walks away. His eyes follow her as she does so. Is Isaiah falling for Haley's manipulation? Meanwhile, the next clip in preview is Bill Hamilton at the country club too, talking to Tomas Navarro. Bill tells the young lawyer that loyalty matters a lot to him, which is why he wants to talk to him about his future with the firm. Will Tomas get fired or possibly promoted? He looks concerned in the BTG promo after Bill says this. As the scenes shift in the video, the next one is of Leslie Thomas at Uptown, and it sounds like she's had a few too many drinks. Detective Marcel Malone spots her and says, "Hello, pretty lady," as Leslie points to him and slurs, "You're a cop." Ted Richardson is then shown walking into the establishment as he spots the two drinking at a table. Back at the country club, Haley is seated with Bill at a table. As the preview progresses, Haley's not pleased, as she asks Bill why he would take her to the country club if he knew his ex would be here. Bill looks confused as Haley lashes out at him. As the Beyond the Gates promo for the week of November 24th wraps up, the final scene is of Danny Dupree and Andre Richardson in their Fairmont Crest mansion, and the two are panicked as smoke has filled the room. Andre asks Danny where the fire extinguisher is, and Danny states, "Under the sink." He grabs it and hoses off whatever is in the oven, as smoke comes out as soon as he opens the door to the appliance. It looks like Danny's attempt at Thanksgiving dinner will fail miserably, so here's hoping the mansion doesn't catch on fire. It's important to note that Beyond the Gates will not be seen on Wednesday, November 26th to Friday, November 28th, due to the American Thanksgiving holiday. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Tuesday, November 25th, 2-25. Bill finds comfort in the familiar. Haley hates that, and Eva has a holiday with both parents. After today, we have repeat episodes and a Thanksgiving preemption until the end of the week. In Tuesday's episode, Joey and Vanessa find a way to celebrate the holiday together privately. Joey and Vanessa do not have the approval of the community to be together. They all know Joey's reputation, and they all like Doug, who recently died/was murdered. Being a little secretive will be the couple's course of action. In Tuesday's episode, much to Haley's chagrin, Bill finds comfort in a Dupree tradition. Bill has been asked to MC this prestigious event again. This was a tradition, and Danny said she wouldn't want it any other way. Of course, Haley isn't going to like this one bit, and if anything, will make her want to speed up the process of collecting her $10 million payout. In Tuesday's episode, Andre and Danny have a disaster on their hands. Smoke alarms blare, and the air is thick with smoke. The turkey, and possibly the hopes of having a stress-free family dinner, go up in smoke. But luckily, Andre is handy with a portable extinguisher and opens the oven door to add some CO2 seasoning to the turkey LOL. Start again, fam. Start again. In Tuesday's episode, Eva finally spends a holiday with both of her parents. This is huge and a first for Eva, and much-deserved happiness is on the way. A family dinner, served up by the Soul Kitchen, Orphe Jeans. Sounds like a fantastic way to share Thanksgiving for Ted, Leslie, and Eva. In Tuesday's episode, the Richardson Smiths welcome a special guest. The most likely suspect is June. Having Tyrell and Samantha's mom join the family for Thanksgiving is a pretty special way to bring the family together after so much drama over the previous couple of months. Martin and Smitty could also use the extra happiness, as it's been a stressful time for them too. Wednesday, 26th November, will repeat episode 103. Derek is painfully honest with Ashley, and everyone gets ready for the Articulettes reunion concert. Thursday, 27th November, will repeat episode 104. Anita surprises her fans with a major revelation, and Nicole lays into Leslie for crashing the concert. On the Tuesday, November 25th, episode of Beyond the Gates, Joey and Vanessa celebrate the holiday in their own special and private way. Bill finds comfort in a Dupree tradition, and Haley's not happy about it. Andre and Danny have a disaster on their hands. It's Thanksgiving in the DMV, and Joey and Vanessa are spending it together. The two have come a long way in a relatively short time. While Doug's death will always loom above them, they're not thinking about him this week. Vanessa and Joey are in bed together, personally and professionally. While they undoubtedly have regrets, they probably feel like they have a lot to be thankful for this year. According to Weekly Spoilers, Joey and Vanessa find a way to privately celebrate the holiday together. Privately is the key word here. There won't be anyone to gawk at them, gossip about them, judge them, or make them feel bad for being the shady power couple that they are. This is Haley and Bill's first Thanksgiving as a married couple, and they have already endured a lot as husband and wife. Bill's ex tried to shoot up their wedding. Bill had a stroke. Haley had a miscarriage. But it's their secrets that tell the story of their relationship. Bill can't get Danny out of his system. No matter how many times he tries to set boundaries with her, they obliterate them. However, she is now happily married and has put Bill behind her. Meanwhile, Haley's on a mission to become a Black Widow. She is slowly poisoning Bill so she can collect on his $10 million life insurance policy. Having said all of that, the two do celebrate Thanksgiving together. Unfortunately, it may not end well when, much to Haley's chagrin, Bill takes comfort in a Dupree tradition, which might involve having their holiday meal at the country club. In the BTG weekly video preview, Haley is livid that they're even there. "You knew your ex would be here, and you brought me here anyway?" Maybe Danny doesn't decide to do the traditional thing this year. After all, she and Andre aren't a traditional couple. They recently discussed how they had done everything backwards. The wedding came first, then came the rings, and finally, they exchanged "I love yous." Andre and Danny suddenly have a disaster on their hands. In the video preview, this disaster involves a possible kitchen fire. There's a lot of smoke, and Andre even needs a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. So maybe Danny and Andre intended to host Thanksgiving or have their own at home. Will they end up at the club for a very awkward Thanksgiving in the same room as Bill and Haley? Despite having to deal with her mom's shady shenanigans and Kat's hatred, Eva is about to have the best Thanksgiving of her life. She has a lot to be grateful for, and it has a lot to do with having her dad in her life. Eva finally spends a holiday with both of her parents. Too bad that this move will probably further Leslie's belief that she and Ted will reunite sooner rather than later. Finally, the Smith-Richardsons have a lot to be thankful for, including the fact that their family remains intact. After Martin's past came back to haunt them, their togetherness wasn't a foregone conclusion. Martin and Smitty had real problems in their marriage, but they finally overcame them to reunite and become a stronger family than ever before. However, gratitude may not be something Samantha is feeling these days. That is, if she is still grounded. But one other thing that did happen this year is that Samantha and Tyrell reconnected with their biological mother. Is June the special guest that the family welcomes to their celebration? Beyond the Gates spoilers imply some massive moments during the week of November 24th to 28th, plus a flurry of casting activity. Who's coming and who's going on the CBS soap over the next 5 days? Read more below. As per soapoperanews.net, actor Chase Gutzmore is slated to play Eugene, and Dominique Madison will play a recurring character named Lynette Wise sometime in the near future. Beyond the Gates fans should be aware that due to the American Thanksgiving, the CBS soap is preempted on Wednesday, November 26th, Thursday, November 27th, and Friday, November 28th. The bad news is there will be no new episodes for 3 days. However, the good news is that the Monday, November 24th, and Tuesday, November 25th shows will be jammed-packed with drama. In fact, during Monday's show, Leslie Thomas will make an unlikely connection with someone, and it looks like that someone will be Detective Marcel Malone. It's been a hot minute since fans have seen the shady cop, and it looks like Leslie will catch his attention. The two will run into each other at Uptown, and of course, Ted Richardson will see them together upon entering the establishment. Is Leslie about to make a love connection with someone other than her teddy bear? Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, November 25th note that the families of Fairmont Crest will gather for Thanksgiving, and it sounds like Bradley Smitty Smith and Martin Richardson will invite June, played by Jasmine Burke, to to have dinner with the family, which will be really nice for her. Samantha Richardson and Tyrell Richardson's Greg Vaughn experienced firsthand the perks of shooting Beyond the Gates in Atlanta. During a brief visit, he was reunited with his former General Hospital co-star, Natalia Livingston. While shooting his new role on BTG, Greg Vaughn was able to reconnect with his former GH co-star, Natalia Livingston. The two worked closely together on the ABC soap, as they were part of the younger scene. Vaughn shared several images from their time spent together in Atlanta, where Livingston lives with her husband and children. He captioned the share, "Quick trip to Atlanta and spoiled with a home-cooked meal with Georgia's finest family. Grateful for good food, great laughs, some story time, and talent shows." It's evident from the photos that the old friends thoroughly enjoyed reconnecting and spending time together. Vaughn posed with Livingston's kids, with the family, and with his longtime friend. It was clear the kids enjoyed having Mr. Greg Messi around as they drew photos and wrote kind words about him. In the early 2000s, Greg Vaughn and Natalia Livingston started working at GH around the same time. They shared several scenes throughout their runs as part of the younger crowd in Port Charles at the time. Vaughn's Lucky was part of the friend group that included Elizabeth, Nicholas, and Livingston's Emily Quartermain. They had several juicy storylines, including the black and white ball, where Emily met her untimely demise. Lucky, Emily, Elizabeth, and Nicholas were thick as thieves over 20 years ago in Port Charles. Elizabeth is the only one left from the group currently airing today, although Jonathan Jackson's version of Lucky did a brief stint recently. Livingston is currently residing in Atlanta with her family, and Vaughn has joined BTG in a new role. Seeing them reunite years after their time together on GH was heartwarming as well as nostalgic. There are only 2 new episodes of Beyond the Gates airing this Thanksgiving week, but no worries. We're grateful that there's still plenty of drama to enjoy. A few spoilers are on our radar as moments to watch during the week of November 24-28. Several of Kat's relationships, for one reason or another, are in danger of breaking down. She can't handle her dad bonding with her much-hated half-sister. So Kat and Ted aren't in a good place. Her relationship with Martin has frayed over the last couple of weeks. Even Kat and Tomas are on shaky ground. He dislikes how she treats Eva, and Kat feels that she has to change her ways to make that relationship work. She needs help. On Monday, Kat receives some surprising advice from Nicole that could mend more than one broken bond. And if it can, that's great. Let's just hope this advice comes from a comforting, non-judgmental place. Also on Monday, Leslie makes an unlikely connection. According to BTG's weekly video preview, it appears to be Detective Marcel Malone. The two have something in common. They both like to take a walk on the shady side of the road, look for the two to connect over drinks, and then Ted suddenly walks in. Will Leslie take this opportunity to make Ted jealous? Additionally, is this the beginning of a beautiful friendship for Ms. Thomas? It's Thanksgiving for the Richardson Smiths. The family has a lot to be grateful for this year, although Samantha might have a different perspective. For the family's celebration, they welcome a special guest on Tuesday. Please tell us that they have invited June to join them. After getting her life together and starting work at Orphe Jeans, she has really become a person that Tyrell and Samantha can talk to and receive valuable feedback from. Smitty recently had a chat with June and realized that her presence won't hurt their family. She can only help enhance their lives. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates. On Monday, November 24th, 2025, this is going to be a short week for BTG, with 2 days repeating and 1 preempted for Thanksgiving. We should be thankful for Monday and Tuesday, as they are both bringing the drama. In Monday's episode, Kat receives some surprising advice from Nicole that could mend more than one broken bond. Surprising advice from Nicole indeed, as it's timely that some broken bonds do get mended, given in Thanksgiving this week. But can Kat put the past in the past for the sake of the future? In Monday's episode, Isaiah gets guidance on how he should handle holidays with the Hawthorns. Best advice: don't be there. There is more than enough turmoil there, unless he's there to up the ante and add some of his own. Isaiah should try and spend some time with Eva and keep those fires hot. It was noted at the time of Isaiah's arrival that he was the black sheep of the family, and that he was here to cause drama in several relationships. What better time to stir the pot than at Thanksgiving? In the first episode of the week, we are going to see some pivotal plot points, even if we don't recognize them for what they are. Here we go! In Monday's episode, Leslie makes an unlikely connection while Tomas is put on notice regarding his future at the firm. Leslie is going to run into Marcel Malone at Uptown, and that cannot be a coincidence, nor can it mean anything good, as we know Marcel is Joey's enforcer and man on the inside of the force. Those two could be all sorts of trouble. As for Tomas, he will be put on notice regarding his continued career with Bill Hamilton Esquire. Bill tells Tomas that loyalty is essential to him. Tomas looks shell-shocked as Bill tells him his job is in jeopardy. Thanksgiving week won't go quietly in Beyond the Gates, as tensions, flirtation, and kitchen chaos begin stirring long before the holiday table gets set. With only a limited number of episodes airing, Beyond the Gates looks ready to squeeze every ounce of drama out of the short week, and viewers may not be prepared for what unfolds. Beyond the Gates spoilers confirm the CBS soap will only air 2 new episodes, Monday, November 24th, and Tuesday, November 25th, since American Thanksgiving will preempt the show from Wednesday, November 26th through Friday, November 28th. Still, the weekly promo makes it clear that even with fewer episodes, Fairmont Crest plans to deliver fiery storytelling. The preview opens inside the Fairmont Crest Country Club lobby, where Haley Hamilton greets Isaiah Hawthorne. While both appear dressed for an elegant outing as she turns and walks away, Haley remarks that she considers herself a fool for love before shooting him a seductive look over her shoulder. Isaiah's eyes follow her, hinting that temptation may prove harder to resist than he expected. Elsewhere in the same location, Bill Hamilton pulls Tomas Navarro aside for a serious workplace conversation. Bill explains that loyalty means a great deal to him, which is why he wants to discuss Tomas's future at the firm. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to Uptown, where Leslie Thomas sits alone and clearly has had too much to drink. Detective Marcel Malone approaches and greets her, calling her a pretty woman, while Leslie slurs back that he's a police officer. Marcel casually responds by asking whether that bothers her, just moments before Ted Richardson enters and spots the two sharing drinks, setting the stage for possible jealousy. The promo then circles back to the country club, where Haley suddenly erupts at Bill. She accuses him of knowing his ex would be present and bringing her anyway, leaving Bill caught off guard and struggling to understand what sparked her outrage. Still, the spotlight lands squarely on Isaiah, whose attention appears glued to Haley. The promo suggests he may fall for her calculated flirtation, causing viewers to question whether he'll cave to manipulation or recognize the danger before it's too late. The chemistry, the looks, and the setup all hint that trouble may be creeping into his life faster than he realizes. But the week's most chaotic moment belongs to Danny Dupree, whose Thanksgiving hosting plans take an explosive turn. The final promo sequence shows Danny sprinting into her mansion kitchen as smoke floods the room and alarms screech. Andre Richardson urgently asks where the fire extinguisher is, and Danny shouts that it's under the sink. Andre grabs it and sprays the inside of the oven, where a turkey appears to have caught fire, leaving viewers praying the mansion doesn't go up with it. Instead of a warm family gathering, Danny may be facing a holiday disaster she never saw coming. And there's no guarantee it ends cleanly. With such a short broadcast week, fans may not receive immediate resolution whether Haley successfully steers Isaiah into dangerous territory, if Tomas's career shifts, or whether Danny and Andre recover from their smoky Thanksgiving scare. However, Beyond the Gates clearly intends to use these 2 episodes to set up bigger, messier storylines heading into December. As always in Fairmont Crest, holidays don't calm the drama, they ignite it. Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for the latest Beyond the Gates spoilers, previews, and breaking soap news. The action in the Beyond the Gates spoilers preview video for the week of November 24th opens at the Fairmont Crest Country Club, where Isaiah runs into Haley, who continues eyeing him as though he would make an especially tempting snack. "Isaiah," she purrs. "What can I say? I'm a fool for love." He notices the way she looks him up and down and simply stands there staring as she walks away. Elsewhere at the club, Bill runs into his employee Tomas. "Loyalty matters a lot to me, Tomas. That's why I want to talk about your future at the firm," Bill tells his young associate. Tomas appears genuinely intrigued, leaving the impression that a promotion could be in the works. Date Marcel Malone walks into Uptown and sees Leslie sitting at a nearby table. "Hello there, pretty lady," he calls out to her. She points directly at him and says, "You are a cop." Continuing to flirt with her, Marcel asks, "Is that a problem?" Ted soon enters Uptown, spots the two of them sitting together at a table, and immediately does a double take. At the country club, Bill is dining with Haley, and she appears noticeably upset. Apparently, because she has spotted Danny at a nearby table. "You knew that your ex would be here, and you brought me here anyway?" she asks, completely indignant. "Why would you do that?" she asks, as Bill looks completely flabbergasted to be questioned by her in any way at all. At Danny's home, there is smoke billowing out of the oven in thick rolling waves, and both Danny and Andre are rushing to put it out. "Where's the fire extinguisher?" Andre asks his new wife. "Under the sink," she tells him, as Andre can be seen jumping into action and putting out the fire, ruining whatever it was that had been cooking in there before the chaos erupted. Perhaps it was even meant to be their Thanksgiving dinner? See it for yourself in the video below. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the comments section, and be sure to check out our spoilers gallery for a look at what's next on all the soaps the week of November 24th, including BTG. The families on CBS daytime soaps are gathering around the table for Thanksgiving this year, with The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful, and Beyond the Gates all having episodes that celebrate the holiday. Fans won't want to miss the cheer and goodwill as the characters share good eats and what they're most thankful for. We can also anticipate a few surprises along the way. Y&R has been celebrating everlasting love thanks to Danny and Christine's wedding. The soap starts its Thanksgiving week by putting the finishing touches on the couple's festivities on Monday, November 24th, as Danny's son Daniel shares a duet with Tessa. But come Tuesday, November 25th, viewers will be heading to the Abbott Mansion, which has the potential to get a bit messy considering the guest list. Claire's invitation hasn't been rescinded despite her and Kyle's breakup. He followed her all the way to Los Angeles in an attempt to win her heart back. It didn't work out for him, but her place at the table is still very much secure. Harrison's status as both an Abbott and a Newman has a lot to do with that, as does the hope that one day Claire and Kyle might reconcile. In the meantime, passing the green beans might be a bit awkward. But what's a family get-together without a few bumps here and there? Billy, Sally, and Tracy will also be in attendance at Jack and Diane's. For an extra dose of family fun, the long-awaited appearance of Ashley Abbott will happen during Y&R's Thanksgiving Spotlight, which will stretch into Wednesday, November 26th's episode as well.